Hello everybody, Mouki Duniya here. Welcome to my main channel, Mouki Duniya. Today we are going to talk about how to invest in a costume, a dance costume on a budget. In particular, costumes about Bollywood dance, about Indian dances. So if you're starting to perform on a stage, if you want to present your dance cover to families and friends and you don't know how or what to invest in, I'm here for you. This video is for you. The first thing I want to make very clear, just in case you don't have time to watch the whole video, is do not put on a coin belt. Do not put on a belly dance belt to do Bollywood or Indian dance. If you are Desi, if you are Indian, if you are from Sri Lanka or Pakistan, you do whatever you want. But if you're not from these cultures, please do not wear a coin belt to your Bollywood dance, your Bollywood workshops. So this, no, it's a no. So why we don't use coin belts for Indian dance? It's because it's not for Indian dancers, it's not for Bollywood dancers, it's for, from what I know, from what I've heard on Instagram and YouTube and other belly dance professionals, coin belts are for dance practices, so they're not for the stage. They're for dance classes where when you have to, I don't know, practice your shimmy, you're going to hear you're doing it right. In that way it's good for belly dance practice, but it's not for Bollywood. I have made that mistake, everybody has done it at some point, but this is why I beg you, if you have done it, don't do it anymore. No coin belts if you're not practicing belly dance. If you are a Bollywood dancer, you could still invest in a dupatta. It's about the same price as a coin belt, and if you want a full guide on how to buy your first dupatta, you can watch my video about this topic exactly, my very detailed video. I will leave the link in the description and somewhere above my head on the video. I have my notes. So first, let's focus on your wardrobe, what you can find in your cupboard, your drawers, etc. So if you have a nice crop top, if you have a good t-shirt with a lot of colors, if you have something I find really elegant with a good lehenga and a dupatta, it's a nice turtleneck, often black, so it can be a crop turtleneck or just full turtleneck. Very elegant with Desi outfit, got pretty popular in the last years or so, so you won't be out of touch, out of fashion if you decide to use your turtleneck. Then if you have a skirt with patterns, with nice patterns, with a lot of colors, something that's a little bit like a mandala or has elephants or peacocks on it, very nice, very Desi, very Indian, with some sparkle too. If your skirt has a strass on it, it can be very nice too. For the dupatta, you can use some scarf you have laying around. You can have a pashmina, it's close enough. If you don't have these items, you can still use a sports bra. My first Bollywood costume was some harem pants with an old scarf and a sports bra, and that was it. I recommend you to attach with a safety pin your scarf or your pashmina or whatever to your sports bra or your top so that it won't go around your torso while you dance. I had to learn that the hard way. So some nice tie pants, some nice harem pants that are still Arabic, but you can find some really nice harem pants with some Desi patterns. So I had a very nice harem pants. I don't have it anymore. They had blue and white elephants pattern on the legs, so it was a very nice harem pants. desi harem pants. And if you are looking for more modern, contemporary, hip-hop, whatever look for your Bollywood dance, you can still have a t-shirt, a miniskirt and some leggings. It can do a pretty good job too. For the jewelry, you can have some big bangles, golden bangles, silver, copper. Same thing for your anklets. You can have the very simple anklets with little charms. Whatever you need, whatever you have, it can work. It can be faux desi, faux Bollywood. The earrings, you can find some long earrings. It can do the job just fine. But for Mangatika it's a bit more complicated, so I would recommend, if you really want to spend your money on some Indian jewelry, start with a Mangatika to give you a good start, to give you a good base to build a good costume. And for the bindi, that's what we did with Chandaga Bollywood. If you're here from the beginning, we took our lipstick, red lipstick, and we would put our index on it and just put a lipstick mark on our forehead. It's more tilak than bindi, but it did the job. It got the job done. We also had some, you know, the little adhesive mirrors or whatever, your little stickers. We put that on our forehead and that was it. That's a cheat code for bindi. So that's it for your wardrobe. If you have these items lying around, it's a pretty good base for a beginner Bollywood performance or your first Bollywood or Indian dance costume. If not, if you really want to go shopping, I recommend thrift stores, yeah, where you can find pretty much anything. My teacher, the author, my friend, found a sari in a thrift store. The most expensive thrift store in my city, but still she found a sari. I haven't had such luck, not yet, but you can find fabrics, you can find curtains, you can find skirts, tops, nice pashmina, nice scarves to start, just to start your first performance. Then if you want to go a little bit more chic, a little bit more authentic, you can go into new age / yoga stores. I found my really nice kurta in a new age store that sold many hippie new age boho, really boho clothes. So if you have a hippie store, boho store in your city, chances are you might find a nice kurta, a nice bangles, kajal, bindis in that store. Even though it's not 100% Indian, you can find some treasures there. Of course, if you have an Indian store in your city, it's good to support local business, it's good to support Indian businesses. But when you don't have these options like I don't have in my city, you have to be a little bit more creative with your findings, with your stores. And be careful, because when I was a baby dancer, when I was baby Mouki, I got not scammed, but bindis are cheap. Bindis are not expensive. You can have like a pack of 10-20 bindi packs for 20 bucks, for 15 bucks, depending on where you're going. It's really not expensive, and I got scammed because I had one bindi, one cheap, very cheap quality, in a little like box, like a jewelry box, for $4. $4, one bindi, when you can have pretty much anywhere a pack of 20 packets of bindi for $20, $15, 10 bucks. And this one bindi for $4 didn't stand one performance. I lost it after one performance. Okay, so don't get scammed on bindis. They're not expensive. You can do one yourself. Please don't do what I did, because it wasn't worth it. Moving on, if you have dance classes, you have a dance studio and a dance school, and your dance school might organize some bazaars. They might organize some garage sale for their costumes, for their studio. We had some a few years ago before the pandemic. So one studio would say, I'm selling this and that from my costume stash, and everybody could go. It's like an open market, second-hand market from studio. I don't know what the word is. So you can find jewelry there, you can find any good costume, good quality for cheaper than if it was new, and you can find your new favorite jewelry amongst what your own teacher sells or what other teachers sell. I really love my own studio that does that. They will organize that kind of event. Every teacher and every student can sell and buy costumes and jewelry and accessories. And if everything else fails, you can find things on Marketplace. Again, it depends on your city, it depends on your neighborhood, it depends on timing. Really, Marketplace is all about timing. You can go on Etsy, on Amazon. I don't like Amazon, but sometimes it's the only option. You can go on eBay to find nice dupatta, nice skirts, and choli and t-shirts and crop top and such. So my third and final category is your own skills. If you do embroidery, if you do knitting, crochet, macrame, sewing. I sewed that myself. I've sewn soon. I created that. I did that. Of course you need some stock, so I have a big pearl stock, a big jewelry box of pearls and crystals that I bought on Marketplace. Its value is about $200 and I got that for $60, so good deal. You can buy a sewing machine, you can buy some very good scissors. If you have good scissors, you can do anything. You can buy some needles, you can buy some craft paper, wrapping paper for your patrons, and you're good to go for sewing or for whatever craft you want to master to create your costumes. And of course you don't have to ruin yourself by buying 1,000 fabrics at the fabric store. You can still take some of your own clothes, flip them into more desi looking clothes. Of course it will take you more time to prepare, more time to create. It's not the same as buying from a store or a thrift store or from your friend, but it's still a good set of skills to have to create your own costume wardrobe. So on my part it's going to be a little bit difficult to create my neo belly dance, fat chance belly dance wardrobe because I have many Indian costumes. I've made some, I bought some from India, from my friend in Montreal, from my dance teacher. I have a very good Indian dance stock. But I have to start again with neo belly dance and fat chance belly dance with other styles. I have to create new things, search for new things, so that's why in part I created this video to remind you that you can always find a dance costume, you can always experiment with respect. In Indian dances I love to try new sari drapes, I love to experiment with my bindis, I like to put the teardrop bindis, I like to put them on my temples so that it's a nice way to catch light. You can always be creative with your costumes, but I would not recommend to start with saris. Not because I don't love saris, I have many saris. I try to have every sari in the color of the rainbow. I love saris, but it's very complicated if you're not used to. If you're desi from Sri Lanka, from India, from Pakistan, you do you. It's your culture, I don't touch that. If you're not, if you're white, if you're starting, sari is not a good option because it's more complicated to put on than a skirt, a dupatta and a crop top, a blouse, a choli. I remember when we had this dance competition with Etoile, with Chandaga Bollywood. Thankfully the competition was late because if not we would have pretty much nothing to show for it because we took so much time to put on our saris because we weren't used to it, we didn't wear them often, so we were very confused. And I remember once we got off stage I just ripped off my sari. I was on the floor in the audience just not breathing because I was stressed, I was famished. I don't think I drank this day. I was very sick and my sari was too tight around my rib cage, so I felt like my whole organs were all in a big knot inside of my belly. So you'd better invest in comfort, a skirt that's comfortable, a choli that doesn't restrict your breathing, a nice dupatta instead of a sari that could be too tight, or a petticoat that could be too tight. The skirt I used as a petticoat was very tight. It wasn't good. So that's why on our profile picture my sari drape is so different from Etoile's. It's because I had taken off my sari and I had to drape it back on my shoulders as good as I could because we had to go back on stage. So a good costume that you can wear pretty much all night, all day, whenever your performance is. And don't forget, the most important thing is to invest first in your technique. Your priority should be your moves, should be your technique, should be your classes, should be what you learn. Costumes are nice, costumes are shiny and bright and you feel like a princess, but if you don't know what to do with them, just too bad. It's like if you started to draw tomorrow, you wouldn't go for acrylic or very expensive charcoal, you would start smaller, like a nice sketching pad or good colored pencils. So you have to build your wardrobe and always build first your technique. If you have an average costume, harem pants, a t-shirt, scarf, a dupatta, but your technique is impeccable on stage, nobody will care about your costume. Of course, it's less shiny than the others, but your choreography is the most important. I know I have told you 1,000 ways now how to build a good costume, but you have to know that dance is an investment and it's a return of investment. So first you invest in dance. Dance brings you money or good opportunities to have money, and then you can buy the lehenga of your dreams or the sari of your dreams. So keep that in mind when you choose your costume. It has to be respectful, it has to be good, nice, comfortable, it has to let your moves show, and it has to have a nice color. So a nice patchwork in Indian colors like red, green, orange and pink. And don't forget, especially, to have fun. So that's it for this video. If you have more questions, if you have more tips about costumes, please leave a comment down below or write to me at mouki.info@gmail.com. You can find all my links in the description: Facebook, Instagram, my website, etc. And on that, I will see you very soon for a new video. My name is Mouki and namaste. So first, let's focus on your wardrobe. So first, let's focus. Drawers. 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 Yeah. It's such a funny word. Drawer. Thrift store. Thrift. I spoke too much. Sewing. Thrift store. That word is so complicated.